Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Amesie's Corner. Now, like I said, I was going to come in on the holiday and put a few good hours into the Sonett, and I think I've made some good progress. That shock mount over there was pretty much gone. There was really nothing left, a big hole right under where you can see the rubber mount. There was a big hole underneath where I could see the tire and everything. And I took some steel, welded it in, heated it up, and hammered it and formed it to reform this shock tower. And you can see it sticks out, it's flat, puts it right at the right spot. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got a little more work to do on it to where it's going to tie into the trunk panel down here, because this is all going to get cut out. The trunk's going to be at this height here and come across, and I want to tie that shock mount into it. I'll probably put a shock brace of some type from one side to the other on this. I also did a patch up here. This was a nice hole starting. Now it's all the rust is cut out, treated, so it won't keep rusting. Now, I kind of want to clarify what I'm doing here with this car. I wouldn't necessarily call it a restoration. I'm not restoring this car. If I was going to do a full restoration, then this whole thing would be apart. The body'd be off of it. The chassis would be completely dipped and stripped and dipped and done up. Think of this more of just a, think of it more of a rat rod. I'm kind of giving it more the rat rod treatment, rat rod / repair, and that's what all of this is. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, is just get another couple years out of it so it can keep on motoring, and if it's cared for, it could last a long time with these repairs. You got the door repair from last week. You saw that last Sonett Sunday. I got that taken care of. I think maybe I was going to touch on today some of the tools I'm using. Maybe we'll go over what I'm using to fix this up. We got the nice snap-on 220 welder, MIG welder. That thing works great. We got a giant tank on it, so we don't have to worry about running out it. And then you got your 4-inch grinder, 4.5-inch grinder. This is probably the most useful tool I've ever used in metalworking. You've got the grinder, can grind. You can put a thinner wheel and cut. I got the wire wheels that go on it to strip. I've got sanding discs that go on it. I've heard these referred to as the poor man's lathe. If you have a welder at home, you really can't do anything with that welder unless you at least have one of these. There's a lot of other tools that do what this does, but no other tool out there can do as much as this does. So 4-inch grinder is probably my #1 welding tool. And then something I've never really used it in doing this kind of stuff is a plasma cutter. Now this is the 220 plasma cutter we're using. We really haven't used it too much in the auto repair side of this, but it's like having a laser beam in my hand. I can just and cut a piece of metal perfectly whatever size I want, and it doesn't even get that metal hot when it cuts it. It's pretty impressive. You can see there's the gas tank. I had to pull that out to get at that shock mount, so that's what a Sonett gas tank looks like. And then the good old-fashioned gas axe, the torches. I mostly use this just for heat on a project like this, or to cut out something that's hard to get to that I can't get anything else. I'll use this just for the last little bit. But mostly what this is going to be doing on this project is just to heat those patch panels so I can really hammer them in and reform the metal. Now, that's pretty much all it takes. Just that and the knowledge the know-how to use them, these tools. Take a look, so you can see that other shock mount out in the open, and that's serviceable and that's repaired. And you can see they're pretty close to the same shape, so I'm confident that repair is sufficient. Oh, tomorrow is Saturday. I might come in tomorrow morning and beat the heat and do a couple hours on it. I'm not sure what I'll do. Probably do some work in the front. Up underneath those pedals, there's some areas I want to touch up and get to underneath. I'm going to hold these floors out to kind of later in the process, because it lets me get into spaces to take care of things under the dashboard. You can see this area over here. I don't really like that. I don't like how that looks over there in that sill. I think I'm going to do something with that exterior piece. But I'm hot. I'm very hot. It's really hot and stuffy in the shop. I have to have the doors pretty much shut up. Otherwise, I'd have people walking in asking me to save their vacations, which it's just too hot, guys. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to get out on the water for a little bit and cool off. So until next time, keep it out of the cabbage.